I picked this Echo PB 2520. The sticker's all worn out. I'm gonna see if I can get a sticker for it too. The recoil's broken on it. Out of the dumpster. Oh, I see the plug. There's an adjustment plug right there. I see it. I'm watching videos on it. So I knew something was wrong with this tube. This idiot company called Perfect Paver Company or something. They're from like Ohio, and then they have some locations here. They have an office south of here, like 2 exits south, and they store their trucks right next to condo land, where I have, unfortunately, some of my stuff. But they threw out 2 of these. One was totally trashed, and I junked it. Just junked the motor part. I mean, it was like filled up with concrete, completely locked. This whole thing was shot. I couldn't get it apart. Every screw on it was like this jacked. Maybe they ran it with no 2-stroke. I should have saved the carb on it, but the carb had like concrete in it too. I don't know what they did to that poor thing. Concrete and a blower, like, this destroyed. But the tube on it, I also got rid of that. I should have saved the tube. Was put on wrong, and I noticed I had tape around it, and I kept blowing off. Tape on it, blowing off. Okay, this one, same thing. When I got it, tape on it. It kept blowing off, blowing off. I go, something's not right with this thing. You know, I found in the dumpster, no directions, no nothing. Now I see what these idiots did. Not only are they idiots, and they threw away this 2024 model, and they beat it up already. Blower, 2024. Somewhere it says 2024. Somewhere. Yeah, 2024. Not only did they destroy this poor thing, and they threw it away when it was water flooded. After we had like a bad rain in early July. That's probably when I got it, like early July, I think. And it was like a sign from the gods when I opened up the dumpster and I saw this thing and I noticed that water was coming out of it. I go, oh my god, they water flooded it and they threw it away. Like, wow, water was coming out of the muffler. The crankcase was filled with water. There was water in the gas. The air filter was all like watery. The intake was all watery. I took the plug out. They didn't know how to take the plug out. They didn't know how to crank it, get the water out. They didn't know how to drain the fuel and drain the, take the freaking fuel filter out, drain that out, drain all the lines. I took the carb apart, so all the water came out of here and the primer bulb. I cleaned and I dried the air filter. They didn't know how to do all that. Perfect Paver Company. People pay them thousands of dollars to redo their bricks, but the idiots they hire, they don't know how to do that. Fucking idiots. This tube was taped on to after I got it running, and it ran fine. And I was like, well, it smoked a little bit, but I put a little oil. I put like way too much oil in it. It doesn't smoke bad now. I thought they ran it again with straight gas in it, and I was concerned about it, but the piston didn't look bad, and the gas I drained out kind of looked like it had 2-stroke oil on it. So I was like, okay. But this tube, I noticed this ain't right. That's loose. Okay, so this is the second one that these idiots bought, and they put the tube in wrong. This end's supposed to go over there, and that end's supposed to lock over there, and that's why the end keeps blowing off. But instead, they just put blue tape on it, and then I, like an idiot, I just I just wanted to go use it to see if it worked. I just put like a dab of hot glue on it, and I knew it would come off perfectly. But we're gonna fix it properly right now. It's supposed to have a kick to it, and not be like this with the kick going this way. So not only did these idiots destroy this machine and flood it and destroy the other one that they had, they put the tube in wrong too. There's some people, honestly, in this world, honestly, who should never use tools, should never repair anything, should never assemble anything, should never operate an automobile, stuff like that. But they think that they know they're doing what they're doing, but they really don't know what they're doing at all. And it just makes the products look bad. It makes companies run out of business. It makes returns go through the roof. All this extra nonsense is because they're lacking knowledge. So it's scary. We live in the most easiest time ever to get knowledge before the AI takes over, but people still refuse to follow directions, and learn. There should be some way to pry this thing out though. This thing is just so jerry-rigged. Hold on. Alright, we got it out. You see this thing's all just banging around in there because it shouldn't have never been like that in the first place. See, this is supposed to be installed like this. That's the keyway. And that's the lock. Wait, it's supposed to be this way, I believe. So when it for the throttle, it kind of keeps it straight because it wants to kick on you. But yeah, so they totally installed this thing backwards, and they're just stupid retarded. And these little lock things lock in with that. That's totally dumb. And that's the little swirly port that's supposed to be at the top and not in the middle. So maybe it'll actually work a little better to create a vortex because it's up here and not down here. But anyway, we figured it out. They couldn't figure it out because they screwed them up twice. The Perfect Paver Company. I think they're out of Ohio. Out of Ohio. Another one of them Ohio people that are down here in Florida. And let me tell you about them. About like 99% of them, they ain't too bright. Okay, I don't even deal with them. Anyway, you know where I'm from. So let's go get this thing back together right, and I'll show you a whole thing on it. Yeah, I scrapped the other one just like that. It was in bad shape though. I couldn't get like any of the screws apart. It was like this trashed. I don't know what they did to the poor thing. I should have saved the carb on it, but I don't know. The only thing I saved was a gas cap. I mean, it was in bad shape. Really bad shape. I should have saved the coil, but I just had too much stuff. It looked like it literally had concrete all in here, all over here. I may have had like a scrap thing on it. I don't know. But yeah, I threw it in a scrap pile. It was just so bad. Poor thing. I had the air filter cover, but no air filter on it. But anyway, let's fix this properly. And it should be alright. Even that's messed up, like forcing it on improperly. What idiots. Perfect Paver Company. Idiots. So you properly install it by putting it like this. Oh, look, it locks in. I think. Yeah, I think it goes this way. Arrow to arrow, unless I did it wrong again. Is there another arrow? Oh no. Because that's the flat spot. And that has the two locks on it. Alright, I think I'm pretty sure. And then this piece is supposed to go like this. And if you turn it, well actually... Wow, look at that. It actually locks on. I'm still thinking though. No, I think it's okay. It's supposed to go that way. Yeah, all you have to do is watch some videos, and some people actually had the tube on the correct way, and now it doesn't walk around over here, and that stays locked on. You don't need glue. Genius. And also, when you flood out one of these things, it's not hard at all to fix. And there's your adjustment over there, and I believe there's another adjustment plug down here on these Echo carburetors. There's a carb outside that someone left outside. And equipment, they already rotted the whole carburetor out in 2 months because they're a moron. And you should keep your equipment in a dry spot. Yeah, that's how you adjust it, low speed and high speed, so you can tune it as well to get a little more oomph out of it. Pretty cool. Not a bad score for free though. It's a little scratched up and stuff, but what isn't around here? But yeah, look at that. And then you can put the PB 2620 or something on it. You can get the tube end, and it's flat, and it gives it a little more extra blowing power because the end's flat. I wish I saved the tube off the other one. I would have just heated it up, and I could have made a flat, like a duckbill end on it. But yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Interesting. Now this thing won't rattle around and stuff like that, but you know, who'd have known? Who'd have known? People are quite dumb, and I've noticed that in my almost 40 years of being on the planet, that people are quite dumb. But I'm glad I saved the little machine. If I wasn't there in the right spot, it would have been sent to the landfill, and all it needed was my love. So, oh, look at that, it stays on now. Wait. Supposed to turn it. Now it stays locked on. Look at that. Perfect.